What do you think of black people?
I don't like them.
Why?
I really don't.
Who's uncomfortable, sir? We're fine with them being here. Are you uncomfortable with them being here? They're literally just sitting on the bench doing nothing. That makes no sense to me. They don't want you sitting around, but they don't have a basketball court open for you to do anything. Make that make sense.
Sir, Officer Herrick, Jackson Township Police. Gotta let you know I'm recording, alright?
What was the reason for stopping me?
When we drove by in the Muse, we just saw you. I was a little concerned. It looked like you were reaching down, just like hiding your face. We came by. You're wearing a sweatshirt in 80-degree weather. You got the handicap placard up. There's people that complain in the Muse about people parking in handicap spots.
Was I parked in a handicap spot?
I'm just saying. I was wondering if you have any documentation for that. I'm telling you everything.
So my handicap sticker is illegal?
No, only reason I'm asking that is if you have any documentation.
So what was the reason for stopping me again?
When I was patrolling through the Muse, as soon as we went by you, you reached down, like hid your face from us. This is more just saying that if everything's all right with you, if you're all good, if everything's fine, we'll have you right on your way, okay?
I want both of your badge numbers.
Understood. Can I get your insurance and registration?
So you're conducting a traffic stop because you're trying to say I look suspicious and when you were patrolling through where I live.
Yeah, this is not...
where I live, correct?
Is that where you live?
Correct, right?
You live in the Muse?
Listen.
Do you live there?
So
you live there, right?
Yes.
Do you live there? Do you live there?
Yes.
Okay.
So you're trying to say I look suspicious walking out of my own apartment? Why? Because I'm black and it's 80-degree weather.
You weren't walking out of your apartment.
I walked out of my apartment. I want to speak to your supervisor right now. Call your supervisor.
No problem.
No, call your supervisor right now. 337. Call your supervisor.
So we can talk to you back.
No, I'm not stepping out of my car. Call your supervisor. Call your supervisor. I'm getting my insurance.
Can you get out? You gotta step out.
No, I don't have to get out of my... I know my rights. Bro, I know my rights. You're profiling me. You're racially profiling. Yes, you are.
No, we are not.
You just followed me from my... Call your supervisor. I'm not getting out of the car until you call your supervisor. I know my rights. Call your supervisor. When your supervisor gets here, I'll get out the car. When your supervisor gets here, I will get out the car.
All right, well, listen.
And I'm calling Master Nardi next. And I'm going to speak to your chief.
Okay.
Whoa. Please.
Yeah.
What does that have to do with
anything? Yeah.
I'm here.
Immigrant hate, right? Say that again? About going back to your country?
What does that have to do with anything? Also, it doesn't
Go back
say anything
where?
about anything.
We're all Canadians here.
Literally, born and raised.
Seriously.
She's got to take a picture.
Yeah.
No, we didn't take a picture. It's a video.
It's a video.
But, yeah.
Yeah, you've heard about social media, right? Yeah, what about going back to my country? Can you say that again, please?
We're born and raised here.
Say it with your chest now.
Proud.
Say it with your chest.
Proud Canadian. Let's go back where,
Say
sorry?
it loud. Say it loud and proud.
Yeah, go back where? How many languages do you speak?
2.
I speak 3. Is it because it's hard to find or be challenged by immigrant, or what is it about my country that you want me to go back to? Like, can you say that again?
Next time you have a problem.
You're so quiet now. Why are you so quiet now?
Go back where? I'm sorry. I just want you to say it again.
Yeah.
That's all.
My country.
You're being racist, so say it. Say it. Yeah. Say it again. Be racist again.
Told you your mouth is going to get you into trouble one day.
And it did.
Because I told the kid to get
Oh,
his
it's a
shoes off
teenager.
the couch.
But why is that your problem?
13-year-old.
And then
Why is
told
that
us
your
to go back
problem?
to our country?
Come on. And then she tells us to go back to our country.
Yeah.
How kind.
Beautiful.
Good Canadian spirit over here.
Just never mind. Y'all leave.
You trying to figure out what? You doing it because we black. You asked if we was okay. We were just looking for stuff. And then you was following us around. What would you need to check our purse for? What would you need to check our purse for?
Okay.
I'm putting this shit on TikTok. The fuck? No. The fuck out of here. No, you have a good day and we won't be that. What is this called? Seashells and souvenirs. They just profiled us because we're black. This little purse, nobody stole anything. What's your name?
I don't care.
What's your name, sir? Yeah, I'm putting this shit on TikTok.
I'm videotaping this. We did not steal anything. She said she saw us. What I would like you to do is probably to go and pull your cameras and look at those cameras or call the police. We're not moving so the police can search our bags.
That's all right.
Because you're lying.
That's all right.
No. I don't. No. You stopped me and my daughter. You said, "Excuse me, can you open your bags?" Because I saw you put something in your bag. And I told my daughter, she was following us through the store. You probably are racist, most likely, because you saw two. I don't care. No.
That's okay. We need to
So
stop
call
there.
the no.
We
No,
need to
we
stop
don't
there.
need to stop.
We need to stop there.
Because she's lying. Because
okay. We need to stop recording
no. Because she said she saw.
You need to stop
Seeing
recording.
something is taking this, seeing and putting. That is.
Okay,
and
we'll
I
call the
want to
police.
know how did you? Yeah, call the
Call the
police.
police. You need to stop
Please do.
recording that. Yeah.
Please do.
Imagine waking up, getting dressed, grabbing your keys, and the most dangerous thing you do that day isn't driving. It isn't crossing the street. It's simply existing while black. No weapon, no threat, just living. And yet, for millions of black men and women across America, that is enough to make someone call the police, enough to make a store manager follow them, enough to make a neighbor demand they prove they belong. But here's what's changing, and changing fast. Black people are done explaining themselves, done de-escalating, done making other people comfortable with their own existence. They are pushing back, loudly, boldly, on camera, and the world is watching. But before we proceed, all credit goes to the creators of these videos. You'll find all their handles in my description box. But for now, let's watch a few more clips and then I'll be back with my commentary.
And one of our Jamaican staff had said that we have staff here that are speaking, that are in the pool. And so we were, that's why I was like, okay, you guys don't look like any of our staff. But, and I was listening
There's
to you
over
guys.
586 people that.
Okay, but she only addressed the black people. Let's cut to the chase. Y'all white, we black. She only addressed the black people. That's the problem. Because the problem
There's
is
a sign on
the
the
problem.
that says you must have your card on you at all
And we
times.
have L card. The problem is when we left. Hold on. The problem is when we left. When you left. When you walked away, the other Caucasian people was like, oh, what was that about? Because nobody checked on this pool all day to see who had access or not. I said.
So
They came and asked us.
What can we do to resolve the situation? On behalf of the resort, I sincerely apologize.
That was racist. No matter what you say about it. You saying your Jamaican staff, where they at? Where's the Jamaican people that told you this?
I'm going to tell you now.
All I asked her was they have accepted. They do know that they just racially profiled.
Where's the Jamaican
what we need.
staff?
Tell them exactly.
Call the Jamaican staff.
So basically, the owner, the name of the thing will contact you.
We like to the people with the room.
Being a yoga teacher while black. Every Saturday morning, I teach a yoga flow at a very popular park here in Phoenix, Arizona. And yesterday, a white man pulls up, comes up out of nowhere, sits his chair down, and begins to yell and scream at black women while practicing yoga. Inserting a clip here.
How many times do you have to get me on your videos saying turn your music down?
We definitely called the police. We didn't have to leave. And in the end, we continued and moved through our flow in the intention that we had set for coming to our mats that day.
They really shouldn't be here. What are you doing?
Why shouldn't I be here? I'm sitting in my car minding my own business and this Caucasian male drives up, starts taking videos and photos of my license plate.
Because we're doing that constantly.
You don't think that some people should be here, and why is that?
You want to know why? Because people are constantly casing. That's why we want to know who's here and who's not. Does that bother you?
It doesn't bother me at all because I happen to own 4 houses in this neighborhood.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Like which ones?
That's none of your business.
Okay, just checking out.
What kind of people are you looking for?
Oh, I'm just looking for people who, well, one thing is
I'm sitting in my car. I'm sitting in my car
isn't
minding my own business. That's called racially profiling somebody.
Oh, no.
And this is an assumption based on covert racism. Obviously, it has no feeling that somebody that looks like me could possibly own real estate. Probably owns one house in this neighborhood. I own 4 houses in this neighborhood alone. He wants to racially profile me, this gentleman right here. Let's take a look at what his license plate is, actually. Let's take a look. All right, so we got 7M0W146.
Okay, we
fantastic. Instead of going to his house, circled the block, came back and then tried to put me on camera. That's how people like us get killed and shot, because people like this, people like this will come and racially profile me, call the police, not knowing that I own 4 houses, more beautiful than he's ever seen in his life. He can't afford any of the houses that I own. Look at him. He has no shame whatsoever. Look at his face. Anyway, I'll let this idiot get back to his day. Have a good life.
We do not allow them to have their way, then we are in the wrong.
A black woman goes to a class where there is no designated seat. A white woman sees that seat, says she wants to sit in that seat, and she expects the black woman to move. The black woman says, no, I'm not moving. Why don't you tell her to move? The white woman that's sitting right next to me, she don't want that woman to move. She wants that seat, and she wants her to move. She says no. They call every black person they can find. Still doesn't work. Then they call the cops. They called the cops on the old black woman because she did not want to give up her seat to a white woman. But the crazy thing that's blowing me is that people in the comment section talking about something she could have just moved. She could have just not. Could have just moved. You must be smoking sheetrock. You must be smoking angel dust if you think that she could have just moved. They said it's not that serious. It's not about race. So let's just take out the race, right? Woman sitting in seat. Another woman says, hey, I want that seat. You need to move. It still sounds crazy. Nah, but put this into perspective. My own mother, was born at the end of segregation, right? Towards the end of segregation. When do you think she was born? Because she's older than my mother. Hell no, she couldn't move. You must be out of your mind if you think she needed to move. And then get the cops called on her because she didn't want to give up her seat to a white woman. First they tried the fake kindness, then they did the passive aggressive, then they called the black person, then they got aggressive, and then they called the cops and kicked her out. You will never fool me about the hatred towards black women in this country.
Is this what gentleman grabbed me inside?
You have a receipt for this, sir?
I got you on. Yes, sir.
Show me.
You got it in your hand, sir. He grabbed me. He held me against my will. He said I grabbed something. I got my Macy bag and my receipt. I will be coming to the lawyer. He detained me, and I got it on film. I don't want any problems, but I have to take this.
Okay, Don,
I don't know.
got a receipt for this.
I don't know why he did me like this. I'm scared. I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, he's got a receipt right now.
He grabbed me by my arm. I'm just shopping.
740. Yeah, he's got it.
You shouldn't have did me like that. I'm
Okay,
going to my
I'll
lawyer.
go and look in the fitting room, but he definitely is good to go. Sir, you have my deepest apology.
It's not going to be that simple, sir,
Here,
but okay.
right here.
Do you live here?
Yeah.
You do? Papa. I don't believe that.
What?
I don't believe that.
So where are you going?
Rory, come on. Rory, come on.
Did someone come here?
That was my wife. She got chased.
Who chased her?
She said somebody in the silver truck.
Gray truck, and he came around the corner, and I was in the street, and so I come up and I saw my kids, and so I'm like gonna pretend that I'm coming home, and so I pull up and I start walking to your back gate, and he stops here and he goes, "Are you looking for someone?" And I said, "Nope," and then he sat here, and I was like, "I need to get in."
Well, that's my husband. That's why he lives here. Yeah. He lives here. So he came in and he said there's a lady screaming, and I'm like, that's...
She got all worried. They so...
Scared the crap out of me.
How?
I'm so sorry.
How did he scare you, though?
I just seen her in the driveway and I was like, are you looking for somebody?
Well, you just have to understand my point of view. Being by myself with 2 kids, I just saw a car coming, and so I was like, oh, it scared me, and so I just pulled up here, and I kept thinking, this could be his house. But you didn't say, this is my home. You just said, are you looking? And I was like...
I did. When you was on the porch, you asked me, did I live here? I said, yeah.
And you said, no, you don't.
What you trying to play with me?
I'm not recording.
You was recording when I just walked in through the garage, was you not?
No.
You want to show me? I guarantee you was. You had your camera out. You was facing it directly at me. So when I showed my leasing office this, and I just walked through the garage, I don't know where you came from. When I showed my leasing office this, guaranteed, I'm not going to say you're going to lose your job, but guaranteed it's not going to go in your favor. I pay my rent every month. I live here. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. What's your name?
None of your business.
None of my business, but you can record me? But you can record me when I come in the garage. You don't live here. You work for this property. You work for me. So what are you talking about? You work for me. You just saw me when I was barbecuing at the grill, right? So what you doing? You following me or something? What's your problem? What's up with you? You don't got nothing to say now. That's crazy.
So you said you were gonna call the cops on me for what again?
I mean, if you want to keep insisting that's 127.
No, I came in here and I let you know that I was, my friend is at 127, and I was gonna put something on the room. And so you were saying, well, no, I couldn't do that. So I got her on the phone and I came back in here and I said, well, I'm gonna take her this stuff and meet her at the elevator. After that, you said you'll call the cops. I never insisted that you let me upstairs.
Okay.
You went straight to calling the cops.
Yes, you're right. I understand. That's my mistake. Like I said, you can wait for her down here and she can come.
And I have no problem with that.
Okay, perfect.
I never said that I didn't want to wait downstairs. Okay. You never gave me that option.
Yes,
you went straight
right.
to calling the police. So,
okay.
Yeah. What's your name?
Christina.
And this is just to show how black people are profiled and we have the police sent on us for absolutely no reason when we are not being aggressive or hostile. But the same people that voted for Trump are now seeing what we go through 10 times worse.
Yet I am still. What? I'm free to go, aren't I? Yeah, after I raised, I thought you were going to call the police.
There was nothing.
No, because this is the second experience I've had here. This is the second experience that I had here. This is bullshit and I've never seen it in my life. I've never seen anyone stopped for a receipt check. I've never seen it. I am 36 years old. I've been shopping for years. I've grew up here for 20 years. How come I've never seen this before until today?
Okay.
In front of my baby.
Okay.
Okay? You guys ain't got nothing else to say? You got a black person and, yeah?
Great day. So we can.
I can have a great day now that I've been harassed. Can't even shop comfortably.
To understand why this moment is so powerful, you have to understand just how far black people have come and why the fact that we are even having this conversation in 2026 is nothing short of extraordinary. Think about this. Just over 60 years ago, black Americans couldn't eat at the same lunch counters, couldn't sit at the front of a bus, couldn't drink from the same water fountain. Laws, actual laws, existed to keep them separate, to keep them lesser, to keep them afraid. They marched through fire horses. They were met with police dogs and clubs. They were jailed, beaten, and still they stood up. They fought. They bled. They passed legislation. They broke barriers that people said could never be broken. A black man reached the highest office in the most powerful country on earth. Black artists, athletes, entrepreneurs, and thinkers have shaped culture in ways that the world couldn't function without. The music you listen to, the sports you watch, the slang you use, the fashion you wear, so much of it traces back to black creativity and black resilience. And yet, in 2026, a black woman can be followed through a grocery store by security while the white customer next to her isn't given a second glance. In 2026, a black man in a suit can stand outside his own office building and be asked for his ID by a stranger who just wants to make sure he belongs there. And in 2026, a black teenager can be chased from a playground because they look suspicious. This is the contradiction that black America lives with every single day. The progress is real, but so is the disrespect, and that disrespect is now being met with something it didn't used to face: a camera, a voice, and absolutely zero tolerance. Something has shifted, and it didn't happen overnight. For years, decades honestly, the advice handed down from black parents to their children was simple: stay calm, don't make it worse, do what they say and get home safe. It was survival wisdom, born from a reality where speaking up could cost you your freedom or your life. But a new generation of black people has watched the same tactics used by their parents, the compliance, the de-escalation, and seen it not protect them. They've watched people be compliant and still end up in handcuffs, still end up on the evening news, still end up gone. So something changed. Now, when a property manager asks a black resident to prove they live in their own apartment complex, that resident pulls out their phone and their lease. When a neighbor calls the police on a black family having a barbecue in a public park, that family stays put, names their rights, and documents everything. When a white woman in a store trails a black shopper aisle to aisle, that shopper turns around, looks her dead in the eye, and asks her loudly enough for everyone to hear, Can I help you? These moments are not performances. These are not stunts for clout. These are people exhausted, fed up, absolutely done, refusing to shrink. And when these videos hit the internet, they spread like wildfire because millions of black people see themselves. They see what they felt for years finally being said out loud, finally being documented, finally being witnessed. The woman who was told to leave a hotel pool that her family paid to access, she didn't leave. This is what accountability looks like when the system isn't providing it. Now, some people watching these confrontations will say, why escalate? Why not just walk away? And that question, while it might come from a place of genuine concern, misses the entire point. Walking away has been tried. For generations, compliance has been tried. Silence has been tried. Grace has been tried. And the profiling didn't stop. What is happening now is not escalation for the sake of drama. It is something much more important. It is black people asserting in real time, in public, on record, that they are human beings who deserve to exist without justification. When a black person stands their ground and says, I have every right to be here, they are doing something that reverberates far beyond that moment. They are sending a message to every black child who might be watching that you do not have to bow your head and disappear. They are sending a message to every person who has ever done the profiling that there are consequences, social ones, viral ones, and professional ones. Companies have lost contracts, employees have been fired, names have been dragged into the public square, and the people doing the profiling are now learning something that they perhaps never had to reckon with before. Being called out is uncomfortable, being on camera is uncomfortable, trying to explain to your employer why you called the police on a black man eating his lunch is very, very uncomfortable. And maybe, just maybe, that discomfort is the beginning of change. But let's be honest about something. This act of resistance, it costs something. Every time a black person has to film themselves just to feel safe, that is a tax on their peace. Every time they have to stay composed while someone treats them like a suspect, heart pounding, voice steady, that takes something out of them. It is exhausting to have to be your own witness, to carry the burden of proof of your own humanity. And that's what makes this moment both powerful and painful at the same time. These aren't just viral moments. These are real people in real situations having to fight for something that should never have required a fight in the first place. The basic right to exist without suspicion, to shop, to walk, to sit, to breathe. They've come through slavery, through Jim Crow, through redlining and mass incarceration, and 1,000 quiet humiliations that never made the news. And they're still here, still building, still pushing. They are not going back to silence. It is 2026, and black people across America, across the world, are standing in a truth that their ancestors paid for in blood, that they belong everywhere they choose to be. They are not asking for permission anymore. They are not waiting to be told they're allowed. They are walking into stores, neighborhoods, boardrooms, and parks, and they are staying. And when someone tries to make them feel like they don't belong, they are recording, they are speaking, they are refusing. Because after everything, after all of it, the least they are owed is the right to live their lives in peace, and they are done accepting anything less.
A lot of these sundown towns and these cops got us fucked up. Let me tell you something. As a black man who's a military veteran, who is very much trained in firearms and has body armor everywhere, I ain't taking that shit. I don't give a fuck if your little town was all white. I'm a sundown town. If you come at me, I'm blowing. You gonna catch every bit of this goddamn ammo, all of it. Every last drop. I'm throwing ninja stars. I'm throwing kunai. Nigga, we gonna be a goddamn Naruto ninja genjutsu leaf village storm in this bitch. Who do y'all think y'all playing with?
So what do y'all think? Have you ever witnessed social profiling or been through it yourself? Let me know in the comments. I would love to keep this discussion going. Otherwise, that's it from me. I also have another video specifically tailored for you. And if you enjoy such kind of content, please click up here and enjoy. Also, consider subscribing, liking and sharing because it helps me grow my channel and helps YouTube recommend this video to a wider audience. But for now, thank you so much for watching. And until the next time, the Joy Report out.